Okay, let's start streaming. I'm gonna put some music first. Dum, 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 dum. This and some music. Okay, now we have some music. I'm gonna make a super quick post before start working on it. So I'm gonna make a super quick post on Twitter to see if people come to say hi. But this, I just need the URL of the video. Live transmission. Okay. So my idea for today is to improve a little bit this super boring drawing. Have this base, super quick base that I did, and also this one a little bit bullshit. And the idea is to improve it with better shapes, more interesting shape, improving the overall idea of this little town, like sort of Final Fantasy town. But first I'm gonna finish the post that I'm making. Para los que se conectan en español, estaba pensando, o sea, mi plan para el stream de temprano era hacerles como un poco de feedback a algunas personas que enviarán sus dibujos, como lo suelo hacer en las clases. Tengo que revisar si están allí los artes para ayudarlos con eso. Y bueno, ustedes deciden si prefieren el feedback en inglés o en español. Just give me a second, just like doing this super fast post. I think that Twitter right now doesn't like having links on their posts. I feel like I'm somehow shadow banned because I have like 4K followers and my posts are not reaching the same amount of people that they used to reach. And that's weird. So well, let's start working on this. Oh no, I need to make the post on Instagram too. So let's make that. Todavía no me acostumbro a eso de hacer los lives y el setup antes de comenzar la transmisión, porque generalmente el link de YouTube te lo dan cuando ya tienes cuando ya lanzaste el stream. Entonces esta parte está como que un poquito rara. Voy a bajar un poquito de volumen a esto, el desktop audio, porque creo que está un poco fuerte para ustedes. Y como YouTube te da el link después, no como Twitch que usa siempre tu canal, es un poco raro la forma en la que trabaja. Pero por lo visto que estoy streameando en los dos perfectamente. De hecho, YouTube se come más que lo que come Twitch. Pero bueno, voy a terminar este post y continuamos. Y lo que estaba diciendo era que no me acostumbres a la parte del setup, porque es un poquito fastidioso estar haciendo el post y todo eso. Sé que se hace antes, pero como no me da el link no sé cómo hacerlo todavía. Entonces, bueno, me toca copiar y pegar. A ver si alguien se pasa a saludar. Pues ahí me equivoqué. Live sketching. That thing. Come to say hi. So if you guys knows any way of doing that faster, that should be like super cool to have. Now I just need to add the link. I always forgot how you add the link. Like over here. Feel like pretty old when I'm doing that. Where's the fucking link? Okay, it's over here. Twitch.tv/AntonJosh. Ready. Okay, right now Twitch is having like 1 minute ad for people. That's like too much. Let's use some whatever music. Let's put the same that I listen right now. Let's see. Ready enough. Okay, so I'm just going to stream for almost 1 hour, like, working on this and maybe doing like super quick study. Okay, for some reason that publicity ad, the ad in Twitch like lasting too much. So let me grab my references. Over here, put in another screen. Put this one over here. And camera, the Pinterest. Okay, let me choose the screen. Okay, now you see this reference that I have over here. I took this reference because I like a lot the style of the building, the mix of everything, the different textures, the different shapes, the different forms of everything. So that's why I took this to improve a little bit this super boring drawing. I also have like more over here. So I just took like reference that looks similar and start adding those kind of details to a pretty basic drawing to make it look like less boring. But first, I always work on top of the base drawing just to make a simple base so I can draw on top. I'm going to reduce a little bit the volume of this. It's too high. Or at least that's how I hear it. So let's see if we can add like some of these details to this drawing. Good way to do that should be like grabbing a heavier brush, this one, and drawing with whatever color, like just to make everything more impudent. So over here we can like improve the shape of this, we can also add like different elements. So maybe we can add this one like larger, like more interesting. This area. Make it smaller. So for now we are just fixing everything. Doesn't matter if the building doesn't look like perfect. Remember that we are like tilting. So since we are tilting, perspective should change. This looks really good. Face over here. See how they manage to. Doesn't need to be perfect. So the only downside is that the building now looks smaller in the interior, but you won't see this. You will be seeing something like this. This is more interesting. Fixing the base is like my first step. Here. And in the front side, since we already have like this cylinder, we should add something different. Let me put this a little bit lighter. Go or change harmony noticeable. Y se notan más los cambios que estamos haciendo. This over here, move this over here. Now my camera looks pretty bright. Let's see, it is too bright. You can move the camera over here a little bit. Yeah, a little bit of zoom. I don't care that much about the camera, but I want everything to look well. So this is like over here. We can delete this. Now we have like a better shape. This one I remember that I found like a pretty cool facade that I wanted to integrate. This one over here. I like it. I like it, that shape a lot. So an idea should be like changing the shape, maybe making this taller. Now I'm not focusing that much in perspective. I should have done that. I don't know, I'm just guiding. It's being guided mostly by feeling. So probably this doesn't look as good as I look to make it look. But it's just matter of trying. This can be like a little bit taller. Speak. So let's keep the original influences. Make it look this bigger. That's the problem that you end up when you don't use like what's call it, like a perspective grid. You don't use that. Sometimes you mess up everything and start doing changes. But I don't know. Let's try to make this interesting. Right, because this one, this building specifically, the building turns to this way, but we cannot do that. We cannot make that turn. So probably this idea won't work. And it doesn't matter because we can try something else. Maybe turning this one into a tower. That can also be interesting, like one of these kind of towers. I still need to leave like some empty space where I can add more technology to the town. So let's keep working on this similar style. Este preludio que está sonando es buenísimo. I'm thinking. We can add that to this one. Doesn't need to be like super interesting, but it's cool to see like a different shape emerging, appearing. And with that one, we can play with it. And also having the building come to this way. Now this one is more interesting. Now so turn this one into another one. Having this, you will see in a second. This, and then making this like this. It's weird, I know. But I think it should work. Something like this is more interesting than the other thing that I had. Later I can always clean up the shapes. So the only downside about that, now that I need to make like this, right? Into this. This is going over here. I use a sketch until I feel like it looks fine. 100% accurate. Maybe we can make this building turn a little bit to this side. It's weird, but believe me, it works. So now that I have this more interesting building, let's add this boy over here. I really love drawing with this pencil. People used to tell that brushes doesn't matter, but they matter a lot. honestly, over here, this area goes like this because it's higher. The good thing that you can add like some details over here like this, where you are like, you know, this kind of stuff that you can see into the interior of the building. Like this. The process is kind of weird because I don't have like a specific idea of what I want to do. So that's why it feels kind of sorry. But it's fun to make, at least for me. You can add like a little intention over here, there, also over here. The piece, just to know where the center piece goes. And even on this one, I can make like a little change. Because right now it's too boring. Over here we can make something like this, where the building goes here and have like this extra the part, but I'm not sure because it creates like a little tangent and I want to avoid having tangents. So maybe this is just an overhang. Or I can make it go into the interior. I think that should work. Here to here. Yes. Okay. This larger. It's too much. See? So it crashed with the other building. So I need to think a better solution for that. Most of the time when I'm doing this kind of sketches, I tend to work on 3D first. Second, what's this? Okay, let's keep adding more interesting ideas to this, and later I can make everything work. You know that for me today is just to improve those shapes. Maybe I should add the similar style on this. I don't know. Make everything having the same style. And create over here this one, this building, right? Having this little See if you can grab this. Then repeat it itself like 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Then having this. Here about the details. Let's see how it works. I'm not sure about it. Right. Right now I'm really enjoying doing sketches compared to before that I didn't like that much to work on sketches. And I know that's not a good thing. See how it looks from far away? They need to be smaller. Something like this. The thing is that you cannot see this, so I can trick the eye to make it look like I have those details over there. That's a clever trick. Now this looks more interesting. And I don't need to worry that much about the liner. I can even work with this same liner. But I should probably draw it like in a lighter liner. Now you know. You can also won't be seeing any of this, because we'll have this tower, water tower. So I kind of worry about this. It's like this building, because I make the perspective super weird. So I'm thinking on stretching the building, make it the building look thinner, and see how it goes. Because originally it should look like this, just to go with the perspective that I made for everything. Something like this, and the street should go like this, instead of the one that I have to go with, that it was going uphill. Maybe that's gonna be one of those bigger change. Maybe here I can add this. It look more interesting, the shape. What else we can add? Now that we have this, we can add a little wooden poles. Okay. To be perfect, because we have the dirt on the side. I don't know. I don't like that. We are making everything too busy. We need some space to breathe. So let's keep focusing on this design. This we can add like this little window. The one at the other building, and on this one we can add like this Have this door. But on top of that door, we can add that overhang. From here to here. Make it curve. And now we have this shape. Not sure if adding it on that position should work because, okay, you have that and you also have the cylinder. So let's make another extra stuff over here just to indicate that this is not going. Think abscess of everything. Something like this. Now I know this part over here goes into the interior, similar to this part, and creates more filler details. I love doing this. And I really like these details over here. Like the ones you cannot see it, but there's in the lower left area where's the window. Well, there's a really cool detail that I like, and I would like to copy that. I like this balcony. Maybe I can add this balcony over here because I still want to use this. I think this is from a theme park because it doesn't look too realistic. Not like following this kind of design on Chinese artists. But this looks like a theme park. I don't know what it is. It looks like Blizzard World from Overwatch. I don't know. I'm just trying to put just cool details that fits the same style. Here like this. On this one I like this design. Most of the time I have hi, look, it's lovely so far. Keep it up. Happy to see you streaming. Hi Leilani, thanks so much for passing by. Right now I'm working on fixing a little bit a boring sketch. You can see this one. This was my basic and boring sketch. Later I started to add like some lines, but it feels like super boring. And right now I'm polishing everything, like creating something more interesting on top of that base. But that means fixing a lot of stuff. But it's fun. Something really fun to make. I see that you were streaming also recently. Like doing some characters, really, really good characters. Like these flowers. Right now I'm just like looking a lot of references on Pinterest to see what cool thing I can add. Where I can break the silhouette and stuff like that. Without being too worried. Oh, so nice to see the creative flow. Thanks. I try to stream, but it's hard with work and uni. Yeah. I'm not a student anymore, but it's hard. It's also like pretty demanding because you need to put a lot of energy, mostly if you want to explain some stuff while drawing. I just noticed that for me, it's something that helps me a lot when I'm doing my design, because I slow down a little bit, I start thinking what I'm doing and all that stuff, compared to when I just mindlessly work on silence. And I I lose focus like super easy. So with this, I slow down and try to make like really cool details on everything. Not on everything, but thinking better the situation and finding some good patterns and stuff like that. Okay, over here, I'm just going to reduce this a little bit because you won't be seeing this. Since you won't be seeing this, you need to make this a little bit more interesting. This one that is circular and doesn't follow the shape of everything, we need to find a clever solution to integrate this circular building with the other ones. So what can we make? Maybe like elevating this. Just trial and error. Because the flow is like pretty different. Maybe I should make this one circular too in this area. Now it follows like this. Its shape is egg shape. The only bad thing is that it hides some of the details that I draw the other day. Opacity on this one. Where I can improve that shape. I having that peeled shape is not that bad, but I just need to find a way to make it look like more interesting, not just a peel. Because it's not it's boring. It's boring. So I think I'm finding a way over here to connect these two buildings and this. This is an invernadero. I don't know how it's called in English. I don't remember the name. But the idea is that it's one of those places where you put flowers and all that stuff. Let's see. This is more interesting. I like it. Maybe having like a better design over here would work. Greenhouse, exactly, greenhouse. La Casa Verde. Casa Verde. Siempre los gringos haciendo ese tipo de cosas. You want to make these more interesting? Clearer and more interesting. This, okay. Shape. It's not easy to decide what I want to do and what I don't want to do, because I want to follow a good language, good design language, and not going too far from this. Arches and point builds and pointy things. Let's see if we can find like some cool reference for that lower brick area. Like I like this more polished. What is this comment? Can you primera intervención al chat de Pathetic? Sí. Best viewers on Australia. Okay, so what? I was just hoping for a real follower, and it was just a bot. Because I want to make something cool over here in the entrance. Maybe we can make a fence, a cool fence design to create something cool, like having like this kind of design but on a circular shape. Let me explain. Something like having this over here and then go, I don't know, maybe like this, and have like all these intricate designs just to indicate that people can go toward this little town and buy from the store. But if I do that, this should be like over here thing. Being smaller. This. Exactly. It needs to follow this path. It should be the center line. And just like a Doom version of Scott Robertson. Something like this, just to generate some cool shapes. I should work on that later. So let's focus a little bit on making more interesting design this area. Okay, I have this building. I just want like having cool shape. Maybe I can add this, and then I can make this other house. The top. Like this. This is more interesting. Those ones I can even add like this thing. But this is like too much extra detail on the front. Oh, I should work on that later. Oh, I like the chimney. The chimney over here is not bad, but clearly you can make something more interesting than that one. But as I said, I need to leave a little bit of space for what's it called? For the technology thing. Over here is just like an extra detail on top. Still thinking what I'm going to do over here because I don't want to mix those buildings. If I make this, right, I need to make this smaller because it now doesn't have any sense at all. And I don't want to do that because this building is close to the other one. I'm gonna clean a little bit this. Have a better idea of what I'm doing. Wait, I don't remember exactly where's this song. It's from Final Fantasy 15, but this is from where? Okay, we are on Alticia. This is from Alticia. Okay. This is from Alticia from Final Fantasy 15. The town where Lunafreya lives, the girlfriend of Noctis. I know my design style is a mess. I don't excuse that. That's mostly because I focus more on the ideas instead of something else. Hola, ¿cómo estás, Anton George? Es la primera vez que entro a tu stream. ¿Puedes seguir hablando en inglés? No te preocupes. Oh, don't worry. Thanks so much. Thanks for passing by. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I can speak in both language. Like, I also think that people from the US need to learn a little bit of Spanish, so that will be that matter. Also, thanks so much for the following. Hope you enjoy a little bit the streaming. It's quite a bit boring because it's mostly art, but that's what I do. That's the thing that I do. Just to giving a context of what I'm doing and just like improving a boring sketch that I made a couple days ago. Venga, boy. Soy el que te pidió ayuda una vez. Well, I'm gonna read this in English. I want to ask a question for illustration Star Wars. How to draw the metal. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I remember that I helped you on Twitter, I think. I was on a DM from Twitter and I give you a little advice on how to paint the metal and all those stuff. Thanks for passing by. And tell me, have you made like any new Star Wars illustration? Any new fan art or something like that? It's funny that I love Star Wars and I always, but I don't tend to make that much stuff about Star Wars. But when I search my folders where I have all my work and stuff like that, I see that okay, maybe I really made a lot of stuff for Star Wars. But that's a constant feeling of not doing that much. That always hits me. It's like, since this looks like a plaza, the thing is that this is like going upward, not straight like this. You can play with the shape, like even adding like something over here in the main plane, you know, like connecting these buildings. But right now I have this water tower. Right now I don't think that works that well. So maybe I can connect this building. It would be quite weird to try that. Yeah, like super hard because I need to make like a cross section of everything. So maybe I should avoid that and make this like something cleaner. A place where I can play is like maybe over here, like expanding this area. Expand this area over here. This is a place where I can play. But not sure about the other one. I don't know if that's too much. The thing is that I can play a lot with this. You just need to find like the really good chip. And since I have made a lot of studies from this kind of drawing, it's like kind of hard to decide. I can also fake a lot of stuff. I like this tower. I think I prefer to make that area clean. Not like, I don't know. Like I like the cleanness that I can add on this. Doesn't need to be perfect. This intention box like this. Something that can also work. It's trying to break everything on different pieces, sorry. Add an extra. Right now my perspective is all over the place. Maybe add the same language that I add for the other one. This like this. Let's go there. Create like a more interesting shape. This one, I like it. Like those tiny. Looks like this. It looks cute. Starting from that place, or make them like go over here. Add like to just in that area. You can play with it. Something like this. Or maybe one in the front. It's a matter of playing with it. I don't know, maybe of that detail. Means like I like it, the detail, but not a fan. And I should not worry that much about details at this moment. So I'm gonna leave this like on a lower opacity while I solve how I want to all this area look, because it's important. Also, let's create this door to make a interesting door. More interesting door. Interior and it's like one of those that have this panels. Oh. This. Maybe I can add like one more triangle going from this to this and then going like this. The weird shape, I know. Maybe we should this. Wow, it's super weird. Needs to follow this and then let's do. I don't know, that's weird. Maybe I should create like a little 3D just to know what I'm doing. Like Blender like super quick because I'm not sure what I need to how I should draw that specific detail. So let's open Blender. And that thing is okay, let's make like super fast. Just need to understand how it works. Okay, so we have this building that is split in this form, right? And I want to add this another one that is this other form. Also smaller and goes on this. The idea is that it goes like this. Oh, I was making wrong one. Like I know how to make the detail, but wasn't sure. I think that the selection bigger, so it should look something like this. Okay, there's something that happened to me, and it's I tend to be a bit desperate to get into painting before having a solid drawing. Yeah, that's something that always happens to me all the time. Mostly because I do really enjoy drawing, most painting most than drawing. So it's like depending what you need to do, if the piece of art that you want to make is more leaned into the artistic style of painting, or it's more something that is leaning towards more concept art side of the thing. Right now, because I want to improve a little bit more my designs, I spend a little bit more time designing and drawing that I used to do. But it's 100% normal to not be to wanted to go directly to paint. For me, it's also faster because I do really enjoy painting. I'm also better at painting than drawing. But it's like that we say in Spanish, un arma de doble filo, because you can end up getting trapped on painting, like painting without a real purpose. Okay, so this doesn't follow the exact shape, so I can make this look like well. So you will end up like falling into a trap of drawing, and you will end up with a not a solid base, and a solid base is needed for a good design. This over here, you can make it lean back. So if you make it lean back, it looks more cool, and you can also add like this tiny bit, something like this. And then you can have like these hangers over here, and then the door. See how it works. It's too heavy on the front, so we need to create that idea, but cleaner. So I need to rework. Basically, just keep drawing until it feels fine. Door. This thing. not too sure about like this detail like this. Thinking because it's like making like too heavy. I can add something more interesting. Like something like that. Which cool idea. Maybe we can make it this like a cylinder. That's more interesting. Okay, I just need to commit with this one because I draw on top. Yeah, I like this. Not like then the door. Not in the middle. Honestly, the door can be like in the interior. Doesn't need to be exactly on the middle. It can be like this. Yeah, I like this. Have like different sense of design. Let me flip the image to see if it looks interesting enough. Over here, I remember that I have like something like this instead of just having. Even goes below this area. Remember that this is mostly based on designing, then perfectly drawn everything. Yeah, I like this. Mean that this goes here. We have these stairs goes towards this area, and you can add more of this. The idea is to have like a cool design. Maybe we can add this thing over here. Something like this. Still not sure about what I want to do with the entrance. So let's make that one like lighter. Like this. The voice gonna be 100%, and later gonna merge those and reduce. That's really cool. Okay, how did you realize that you wanted to make more environments instead of characters? Well, when I was starting my career, I just like it to draw characters, but I didn't notice that I was like pretty bad at it. Then I remember one day I was doing this stuff called 30 minutes speed paint that are like super fast painting that you can make in 30 minutes. And that day in 2011, I think 2010 or 19 or 2009, I make like a super quick background inspired on Avatar, the backgrounds of Avatar. Avatar, the Dying of Anne, no the other Avatar, the blue ones. So I make that drawing, and I remember that first I like it how effortless for me it feels, because at the beginning I was like super afraid of doing backgrounds. I used to draw my characters in a void, just a white background. But since that day, I liked the process, and I also like how people reacted to it. So it was something that I also enjoyed. It was like, oh, people like this and have like a good reaction about it. So I say like, okay, what if I try to make more? So I started to draw more environments more often, and since I also enjoyed the process, it was like, I don't know, something just made click in my mind, and that's the story why I like it, to make environments. And what else I can add? I just guess like lost a little bit of focus. This because there's like too much details that I want to make. So I like these fans, but I want to make something more beautiful, more well designed, something that goes with this element. So let's find a cool reference first. I already know what's the style of the town that I'm making, but I want to find something that gives that extra push. Like going towards this direction, like going that much towards Arcane, and even if I enjoy a lot Arcane, and I don't want to go towards 100% of that direction. I wanted to make something more like this for this one, but I still also want that gate. I just don't. I haven't clicked yet. What's the type of gate that I want to make? I like these towers. Maybe I should add one of those towers like over here. Again, sidetracking from the main objective. So, so that tower looks really cool, and I don't want to miss the opportunity to have one. I'm not gonna miss the opportunity to have something cool on my first ground. This create like a lot of separation. And I always love to add that to my draw. also like have those cool details. It's a win-win for me. Even if the perspective is not perfect, it looks well because it can fit whatever I want, whatever place I want. If I want to have like a ceiling over here, now it's floating towards that ceiling, and I can add the other one over here. See? And it doesn't need to be like too perfect. You can make it that ceiling flowing this way. So as I mentioned it earlier, it's more about making cool designs. That is something that I'm leaning most recently to find a good design. I like this guy, so I'm gonna copy a little bit of it. So let's make like a super quick vertical. I mean, wait, vertical? Okay. Let's copy a little bit this gate design. Let's see how it goes. Wait, I'm not sure if I wanted to make it like that flat, because that should be that will be boring. Let's see if I can find something. Okay. Town fence, Pinterest. Good. Now entrance. Fence. I mean, I want something like this, something beautiful. No, not that crazy. No, I like this. I like this. This looks really good. Can have the Art Nouveau style. So it should be something like this. Then I can also have a name for the town. You can add like those tiny poles. And the lamps that I always enjoy growing lamps. Like a cool tiny example of what it to see how it works. Just to test the idea. I like when the perspective isn't perfect because it looks more interesting, like you said. Yeah, exactly. This one is also like quite easy to cheat, un poquito más fácil de hacer trampa, como estoy haciendo yo, porque también estoy utilizando una perspectiva un poquito parecida como si hicieras it looks good. Como si hicieras isometría. Okay, like that. So have this going toward this. With this. This area. Photoshop. Just crush it. Okay, now that this is clean, I think I need to start working in how much technology I will going to add to this town, because something that I also wanted to add to this is like technology, decoration, like I don't know, like having this, like these engravings of this, like some cute cool details, like having some pipes, like imagine like you have like this. We got a example over here. Smoke. Just to give a little example. Like having some pipes going towards this, having like some chimneys, like more industrial place. Like over here I already have like this pipe here, like having these little boys over here, having more pipes connected to the other buildings. Like I wanted to make this, I want to make this place feel a little bit industrial. Like it's connected, like, I don't know, like some sewers, stuff like that. A lot of chimneys and tuberies. Like having something like this going place. Like more tuberies, like that connects with this. Like tubes that goes to, that connects with the central town of the city. Something like this, something kind of crazy. Crazy at all, but you understand. This. You need to find like a really good way to connect this. Maybe I should have like a town plaza over here in the middle with a statue. A sword, something like that. You know? Something very fantasy colored thing. Like this. So the town is like more special. Feel more special. Something like this. The town it also have like some tourists. That's what I love this brush, so I can draw on top a lot of extra crazy details. And then I can improve the drawing like this, and having those details engraved, like this one over here. You know, but it looks beautiful. And it also helps to the perfection of everything. This. That's why sketching I find sketching like super fun to me. Because it doesn't need to be perfect. Because this is the idea, like going on top, like having more designs, more stuff. That, like having those patterns like going in different buildings. It's over here. It's like a time mistake, so I should fix that. Like maybe having the building like going more facing towards this direction. So it's open. Maybe algo otro invernadero por acá. And a lot of bushes. A lot of trees. But that's something that I need to play a little bit more. But from this to this, I think it's like a super huge change for a sketchbook page. And since we are just playing with different ideas, I think that this is like very successful attempt. Oh, this is what mostly what I think. Need to make like some cleanup. A more interesting idea for this. Is going more with the style of the town. So well, I'm gonna leave this sketch like this. Maybe I work on top of this a little bit off stream, so I can start adding like those details, like draw them better and find some references. And well, thanks so much for passing by, and see you in the next stream. Make this town like super busy. So thanks so much. See you.